The slums of the city smelled particularly foul that cold, barren night. Torn newspapers and discarded pieces of trash lay strewn across the alleyway that had just welcomed a new visitor. The newcomer wrapped their cloak tight around their midriff, shivering with a visible bated breath. Sensing nothing else lurking in the cramped pocket amongst a maze of buildings, the figure hid behind a dumpster and sat down, hugging their knees to acquire warmth. Just as the new settler began to drift off to sleep, the sound of a trash can being knocked over was heard. The figure jumped backing further into the wall in a futile attempt to remain undetected.
No, they can't have found me. Not now.
Hey, come out of there,
a voice yelled.
It's not safe to sleep in in-trod alleys at this time of night.
A man wearing a big brown coat stood at the end of the alleyway. His slightly huge silhouette was all the figure could see from peeking behind the crack between the wall and dumpster. The man sighed and walked over, rounding around the corner of the dumpster to see who was hiding from him.
Why, you're just a kid.
He looked down, seeing a small boy with shaggy brown hair concealed beneath the hood of a black cloak.
He's probably no older than my dearest niece.
So what if I'm a kid?
The young boy asked. The man looked around, frowning at the newfound stench and unsanitary conditions coating the alleyway.
Kids shouldn't be in alleyways, much less inside the in-trod borough. This place is the least reputable area in all of Hugo City, you know.
The boy backed slowly and stood up.
I have nowhere else to go. I have to stay here.
The man ruffled his thinning blonde hair, narrowing his gaze at the boy.
Where are your parents?
Dead,
the boy replied.
I have no family.
The man frowned, placing a hand on the boy's shoulder.
You know, I just remodeled my attic into another room, and I've been searching for a tenant to rent it out to.
A small smile crossed his lips as the boy looked up at him with a small gleam of hope forming behind them.
Would you like to stay there?
The boy didn't move for a few moments before violently nodding his head at the kind stranger.
Thank you so much, sir. I'll repay you back however I can.
The man chuckled, placing his hand back inside his coat pocket.
Don't worry, you can work for me to pay off your debt. Say, what's your name?
A frown formed beneath the hood, sullying the boy's sudden burst of joy.
I'd rather not say.
The man narrowed his eyes.
Well, you have to tell me eventually. If we're going to be living together, we should at least know that much about you.
I'll tell you later,
the boy replied.
What's your name?
The man grinned.
I'll tell you later.
He chuckled at the glare emanating from the boy and braced his arms behind his back.
Come on, I'll grab a cab. My place is only a 15-minute drive from here.
The boy nodded, looking back at the alleyway he was so sure would be his new home for who knows how long.
One day I'll get you back. Count on it.